Hello again, everybody. It's Dan Clouser, and welcome back to the Journey of My Mother's Son podcast. And we are still in Aberdeen, Maryland, talking to a bunch of people about the Baseball for All Nationals here. And now I'm joined by the first actual player of this series that I've been talking to, Denae Benites. Denae, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So just talked to Denae's coach, Alex, and she said Denae would be a great choice to get a player's perspective of this tournament. And I think what really adds to that is you've been part of this tournament since the very first tournament in Orlando. So first of all, tell me about that first experience. It was obviously much, much smaller than this, but probably still pretty cool for, 12, 13-year-old girl at that time. So what was it like just getting down there to Orlando and saying, wow, there's other girls playing baseball?
Yeah, so actually my first experience was the one after that, the year after in San Francisco, but it was still an amazing tournament. I was super surprised by all the different girls there and all the competition. It's definitely become a lot bigger now, and it's amazing to see it grow. That tournament just really was an eye-opener for women in baseball and girls playing baseball, and just having that opportunity was pretty amazing.
Yeah. So when you got here to Aberdeen and saw this facility, what was the first thought through your mind?
Yeah, I've never been here. It's an amazing place. I'm so lucky that we get to play here and we get to compete here, because it's definitely a great baseball facility.
Yeah, and we've seen all the replicas of the pro fields, and you guys are playing all your games down there at the facility here on Yankee Stadium. I mean, I know for me it would be awesome. It's got to be the same way for you.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Just to be able to have these nice places, and they kind of give us the good side of the baseball. We get to play at places like this. It's a lot more fun, and gets girls to have a chance at playing at those nice fields.
Yeah, cool. So how'd you get involved in baseball to begin with? What was your journey to where we are today?
I actually have 3 brothers, so when I was young, it was always sports, it was always roughhousing, it was always athletic. When I was 3, my dad just started playing baseball with me, and I just picked it up and just ran from there, and it's been a journey ever since.
Yeah, that's cool. Was there ever a chance where someone said to you, you got to stop playing baseball and it's got to be softball now?
Not directly. I've had pretty good experiences on the baseball field. There's definitely been people that doubted me and trying to get me to switch, but I've never had someone directly tell me. I know there's many girls that come across that, which is very, very unfortunate, but yeah. I've been able to kind of squeeze my way through that.
That's cool. And then, I'm assuming you play a lot on boys' teams as well. So what's for you, being able to play with a group of girls, what's the different dynamics there that you're dealing with?
I think just the chemistry of the team is a lot closer. We all can relate to each other, because back home we all play out with all the boys, and then once we get to come here, we can just connect as girls and be able to play the game that we love without anybody looking at us weird or saying, why is there a girl on the field? We just get to play and have fun.
Yeah, well, and I could pick up on the chemistry that you guys had, because that last game was a little bit of a nail biter.
Absolutely.
You guys were up 6-3 and then had a rough inning, and you fought back and ended up winning 7-6. What's it like? There are a bunch of key plays there where you guys were kind of picking each other up. Somebody would fail and somebody else would pick them up. How important was that to do that and win that game?
Yeah, it's super important. It's very nice to have a team that we can all work together. We all know that if one person doesn't do the job, the next person's going to do the job, and we're going to get it done no matter what. No matter who does it, we're going to get it done. That's pretty nice.
That catch that your first baseman had there in front of the dugout in the last inning was...
I knew the ball was going to find her. It was going to find her.
Yeah. So,
it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was a good game to watch, for sure. So definitely wish you guys the best of luck in the championship game. But for you, what are your future aspirations in the game? Will this be your last Baseball for All tournament? Are you aging out after this?
Yeah, I'll be aging out. So I'm 19 this year, so this will be my last one. But after this, who knows? I'm still looking forward to USA. I was on the 2019 Women's National Team when we won gold in Mexico, so that was pretty amazing. So I'll be looking forward to doing that again, and then possibly coaching some younger girls in the future, or whatever the baseball world throws at me, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear a 19-year-old girl who's already looking forward to coaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why is that important to you? I mean, a lot of people, they're not, they're 25, 26, 30 years old before they realize how important it is to give back. So the fact that you have your eyes on that is impressive. Why is that?
I feel like just because the journey that I've been through, I feel like I'd be able to help open little girls' eyes and tell them that they can do this and they can make it through in the baseball world. And I just want to give them a chance at doing that. And I want to make the women's baseball even bigger and more open and accepted and everything. So
yeah, how tough was it for you this year? You're on the national team as well, you said, having COVID come in and just stop the world, and there's still no rescheduled date for the World Cup yet. I mean, how mentally and emotionally was that for you to deal? You did all this work to get on that team, and you're so close to playing in that big tournament, and then all of a sudden it stops.
It's definitely been hard in COVID just because everything was closed and we couldn't really do anything, but we just have to find a way to stay ready and keep grinding and just stay at that top level.
That's awesome. Anything else you want to add before we get to my final question?
Not really. I think I've pretty much said some good stuff.
Cool. So, as you know, my final question comes from a song by a guy by the name of Michael Franti. And the opening lyrics of the song Gloria say, when many little people in many little places do many little things and the whole world changes. So what's one of the little things that Denae is doing on a daily basis to make the world a little bit better place?
I think just being a leader for the little girls and being a mentor, somebody they can look up to. I'm always trying to talk to the little girls, and if they have questions, they can ask me, and I just want to create a path for them so they can come through easier than what we're having to go through, or like what our coaches had to go through, just to be okay in the baseball world.
Yeah, that's cool. And I'll build off of that answer, because one of the things that Coach Alex and I talked about was with being at a complex like this and all the age groups being together, that just adds one more dynamic compared to past tournaments where teams are on different fields. So that really kind of goes to what you just said. So, in a nutshell, to go out and watch some of these 12-year-old girls and 10-year-old girls play, what's that like for you, knowing that you are paving the way for them?
It's pretty amazing, actually. I've watched a few of the younger games. They're really good. And
there's been a lot of good baseball.
Yeah, absolutely. And then every once in a while, I'll see a girl that recognizes me, and they just get a huge smile on their face. And it's just a good place to be. It's good to just be that mentor for the younger girls.
That's cool. That's cool. You definitely have a lot of success ahead of you. Your outlook on life is amazing at that young age, to be able to recognize how important it is to be a mentor and that sort of stuff. So definitely appreciate that. Wish you the best for sure. So for folks out there listening, be sure to check out my other blogs and podcasts at danclouser.com. Denae, again, thank you so much for sitting down and taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.